The following footage is a recreation of the original game recorded live. Some of the events of the game may not be accurate and will be noted on the screen if incorrect. Thank you for your patience. Hello pilots and welcome back to Flight Academy Season 9, brought to you by Out of Arc Gaming. As always, my name is Phil and we have Game 10 of our series for you today. As we noted in the preamble, we had a few technical issues on night one, and one of the tables footage didn't particularly record very well, unfortunately. So what we've done is we have recreated some of the games on TTS. So we've tried to keep it as accurate as possible. We could make out what was happening from the footage. Unfortunately, it was pretty rubbish, so there was literally no point in us putting it up for you to see. So we have recreated it. So today we've got myself versus Ben. It is Empire versus Scum, and it was a really good fun game. I'm not gonna lie, it was one of the first games we actually recorded on the night, with the various schedules of people being able to get into the store. It was a bit tricky to get it all sorted, but this was a good fun game, and I know it's disappointing we can't see Ben's lovely Decimator on the table, but we make do. And what we see here is Cavill going on the aggressive, doing that 4K turn. I mean, there's only really one thing that you're going to be doing with a 4K turn. And don't worry, I'm not actioning to rotate the arc. The arc should have been in the rear. I just didn't set it up right on TTS. But again, another aggressive move there from the Decimator, moving up early. So we are going to see some big shots already in turn one. Now, obviously, we had all the dice footage as well. What we're doing is we're actually just putting through the actual damage on there to show, but Cavill is going to be taking the first shot at Rear Admiral Chiraneau, and it is looking like just the one shield from that dorsal turret. Reinforce is really, really good. Very powerful, especially when you have no evades. Just knocking one damage off a turn is fantastic. Ketsu trying to take a shot at the Academy TIE Pilot, having to spend the lock and not getting any damage through. TIE fighters, they are tough, and the Academy is probably the toughest there. But Ben has decided that Ketsu is the one to take out. Now, where I didn't get that hit onto the Academy, I couldn't then tractor it. But that is one shield down on Ketsu there from Rack. Would have been lovely to have been able to tractor token or tractor that Academy pilot. Probably would have tractored it up and to the left, right in front of that obstacle, and potentially big hit into Ketsu's shields down, and another damage, 7 hull left there. But yeah, it would have been nice to have possibly tractored the Academy the other side of that obstacle. Maybe Ben would have done the rotate to give it a bit of more freedom, but putting it out of position would have been great. But that was definitely a much better turn for Ben than myself there, getting some damage in onto Ketsu early, only losing one shield there, so you can't be too disappointed about that. Going into turn two, I've got the initiative, and that looks like we're going to be definitely dropping a seismic charge there. And that is a lovely place for a seismic charge to be dropped. Looking like only the one option as to which obstacle is going to be affected by that, but more than likely going to be catching that Decimator, and that's exactly what we want to do. Start getting some hits through that can't be blocked by those pesky reinforcers. Ooh, 3 bank from the Academy, probably looking to block Ketsu there and keep Ketsu in a position for the Decimator to really put some work in there. Not only that, guessing right with where the seismic charge is going to go, that is going to 100% be hitting Ketsu. So we'll be putting some damage into myself, and there is the expected bump, but taking the red focus anyway. Now that bump's hopefully not going to be too bad, because I can use the Shadowcaster ability to move that TIE fighter. But where is Rack going to go? Will it be just straight forward? The arc is left and right, I believe, so going to have plenty of options there. Yep, there we go. The lock is on Ketsu. Ketsu is definitely Ben's target of choice there. Don't blame him. 6 points there as well to grab. And the tractor mechanics can be really, really frustrating. But checking the range one on the obstacle, as we can see, in the actual game that did not actually hit Cavill, but the damage does go on to the Academy, Chiraneau and Ketsu there. Obviously, anyone that's tried to recreate and reposition anything exactly to how it was in live footage will understand how tricky that actually is. But definitely happy to get another shield down on to Chiraneau there, and going to be using the Shadowcaster ability there to tractor that TIE fighter. Needs to be in the forward arc and the turret arc at the same time, which 100% is, and it's range 0 to 1 as well, so it's okay to get that bump and then tractor. But I think we might be seeing, yeah, there's a rear Admiral Chiraneau trigger first into Ketsu. And here comes that tractor token. Now again, you can see I'm just quickly moving that obstacle. Don't worry, I did not do that in the game, but we realized it was slightly out of place for how it actually happened in the game. So we're going to tractor beam, the Academy pilot across. Now that does look to take it out of Fearless, but Ben electing to rotate 90 degrees, which, whilst I'm actually fully okay with, because that now then triggers Fearless with Ketsu if I do decide to go for the Academy TIE pilot. Range 1 with Fearless, no other mods, but we're going to go with Cavill first. Range 2 into Chiraneau, getting the extra dice in that dorsal turret, and 2 shields down and a damage, all 3 going through there. No reinforce to stop that because of the Chiraneau target lock. So much health on the Decimator to take out though. So much health. Does make it very, I know it's only got 1 or no evades, but when you've only got 2 ships and you've got to worry about another ship as well, it can take a while. Oh, the Academy is still up. 2 damage there from Ketsu. Would have absolutely loved to have taken that out just there, but not this time. Now I've got to contend with a range 1 shot from Chiraneau. That looks like we've got a crit going through. And that crit was a direct hit. Seen so many direct hits already this season. It is absolutely crazy. And then another range one shot here from the Academy. This could be enough. It's not quite enough to take out Ketsu, but it is another crit, which is going to be Panicked Pilot. So much stress. So Ketsu has 3 stress on her right now. Would have been nice to maybe a triggered L337, but it's one of those, you've got to get it just right. And if the dice roll is... It's tricky. Sometimes you think, oh, definitely do it, and then the dice roll is not quite there, but then that damage gets snuck through. But looking at it, that is going to be 4 points to 2 in Ben's favour. So half points there on Ketsu, half points on the Academy, and scoring is... looks to be just 1 point scored there each. Now, the way we determined this, we'd said that large base ships still only count as 1 ship for the purposes of scoring during this season. So, yeah. And if you are curious about the lists and the format rules, the lists are in the description below. We also have a video in the playlist which will show you all of the lists with a little bit of us talking about them, and also the format rules, including how we've tweaked some of these scenarios for Flight Academy. But another seismic charge there from Cavill, hoping again to catch Chiraneau. Bump there from Academy back into Ketsu. And a 5k contraband cybernetics from Ketsu, putting her up to 4 stress tokens. Now again, in the live play, did not go over that obstacle, so no reason to roll for damage there. Cavill just taking his time down there on the right. Chiraneau in a nice position. He's got 2 options for shots. He can either go into Ketsu or into Cavill, and looks like going to target lock into Ketsu. I don't blame Ben there. Only 2 health away. Could potentially get Ketsu off the board, which is going to be massive. Seismic charge only going to be picking up 1 more damage onto Chiraneau. Not quite enough to half point yet. Need another 2 on there because you need to get it down to 8. But so many points on Chiraneau as well. He's definitely the prime target. But looks like wanting to get rid of the Academy pilot for less guns on the board. And going to be a swing and a miss from Ketsu there. 4 evade dice is always going to be very good. Rear Admiral Chiraneau having to spend the lock and the force 1 more damage onto Ketsu, but Ketsu is still up. Honestly surprised by that. Would have expected Ketsu to go down when he had to spend the lock and the force. Cavill with the arc still in the back had no shot, unfortunately. Taking that focus, could have rotated. Probably would have been a better option, but 1 shield down from the Academy there, and a great scoring turn for Ben. Only 1 within range of the objective, so he's going to score 2 more points, taking it 6-2. This can turn quite easy. Chiraneau is only 2 points away from half points, which is 4 points for him because he is the most expensive ship in the game. That was not a bump in real life. And the Academy's only 1 away from down, so that's a potential 5 points there if I can get that in. But Ben has 3 easy points to grab if he can take Ketsu down. Oh, Ben making it a little bit easier for me, taking a damage there. And then using Composure to take a red lock onto Ketsu. And there is Cavill going to finally rotate his arc round now that nothing's in the back, giving him 2 options for shots there. Ketsu in a lovely position there. Again, in the actual live, it wasn't a bump. It didn't go over the obstacle, but Ben does have... Oh, Ben is going to be really mean and Vader Ketsu off the board before she gets to shoot, which is really disappointing. Big point score there for Ben, really making it very difficult for me to catch up in this game. There is still a bit of time left. I can do it, but I need to make sure that Cavill doesn't go down. And Ben is going to score big this turn as well. He's definitely got the advantage on the objectives as well. But that is half points on Chiraneau, and that is a damaged engine, which Decimator really doesn't like. It doesn't have the best style in the world. And making those moves harder is definitely not ideal. Another shield down there on Cavill. 2 more points to Ben. He is right there on the cusp of taking this. And we are very much coming into the final turn. There's only about a minute or 2 left at this point. It's going to be a very tricky one to get here. Looks like the main target is going to be Chiraneau, but that is Vader coming in clutch again, getting another... Looks like, yeah, Vader getting another damage through, putting Cavill 1 away from half points. Does catch in the side arc, range 1 as well with the lock. This could be quite painful looking at the cards that are coming down. Yep, 2 more damage, that's half points. Ben has hit that 13. Blinded pilot for it as well. Can I at least take out the Academy pilot and get a point on the leaderboard and save myself a little bit of pride? Yes, the Academy pilot is down, but at the end of that, when you add up the objective score, Ben is going to take this 15 points to 7. He's going to score 3 points for the win, 1 point for ship kill. I'm going to get a point for the ship kill as well. But there we go, guys. That is game 10. I do hope that you appreciate the recreation that we've done on TTS to make sure that we bring you all of the action from this series. Again, as always, thank you so much for watching. We still have plenty of action to come, so don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you next time.